Hello everyone and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here today, the 16th of April of 2020. This is your daily divine spread and let's take your message. What is happening today? For those of you that are watching this video on another date, then please, this message will pertain to you when you watch this video. So let's take the Karma Dharma card for you. I have changed decks today and I am using the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot, which is a beautiful deck. I haven't used it for a while. Wow, we've got the Devil, and the Devil is difficult. It's addictions, it's restrictions, it's vices, it is fears. But it's also very Saturnian, and Saturnian means that, yes, it's difficult because we've needed to put in the work, we've needed to put in the effort, we've had a huge and very quick maturing process recently, and we're still going through that. But what I see here is that the cage is actually open. This is self-restrictions. The gate is open, the door is open. Why are we not taking the action to get out of that? As you can see here, this is a sense of imprisonment, that something bigger and stronger is hovering above us. But the door here is open. I do feel that this is more psychological. I do feel that it's more psychological. And for others of you with the card of Capricorn here, the Devil, and for those people that are Capricorn, this is the card that you are signified by. This is your ruling planet, Saturn, as you can see here. I'm going to say also Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Now Capricorn is all about doing the work, yes. The Devil gives us a heavy load, a lot of responsibilities. Aquarius, though, is much more free-spirited. It's not about being cooped up. Okay, the Aquarian energy says that it's time to now take the action, connect, get out of this imprisonment. And the interesting thing is that Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius. It is transiting the sign of Aquarius. Now, the Devil can also mean doing things that are unhealthy. Okay, unhealthy, and I feel as though this could also be a cycle, a cycle that's hard to break. This could be money matters, of course, as we do have the Pentacle in the background. Some of you could be dealing with a narcissist. You could be cooped up, imprisoned as the lockdown still continues. You could be cooped up with someone that is very Saturnian, someone that is very negative in their shadow side. They could also be having, they could be dealing with a Saturn, return transit, which would make them even more painful. Painful as, we know that the Devil is a lot of negativity. It's dark. Very heavy. So I do feel that this has got a lot to do with the perception of things. There is freedom if you want it. There is freedom. That door is wide open. Okay, so this could mean that we need to change our perception. Let's have a look. What's at the foundation? And we have the Emperor. And the Emperor I see as very Saturnian. We know that he's all about, control. Both these cards are about being controlled. Now, this is an elderly person. This is someone who reigns above others. This could be a boss. This could be a husband. This could be a father. Okay, and this is the person that you are dealing with. They're in the foundation, but the positive side, obviously, to both Saturn. Saturn brings us that material, the material rewards. We know that Saturn is very slow moving, So we're taking the steps slowly towards something of stability. Okay, now this is those of you that are putting in the work to take the position of the Emperor. It has been tough. Okay. And for some of you, I do feel that this is something that you're wanting. So the door is open. What I feel here is that for those of you that are dealing with a Saturnian, maybe a boss, someone who's got a lot of responsibilities, if this is your partner, the door is open. You can move out of these commitments. You're free to move, but your choice is to stay within. So it's all a matter of how we perceive things, how we see things. Okay, let's see what's hidden. And we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is being close to the end of something that has been difficult. Someone, if you are dealing with someone that is very closed off, doesn't have to be love, it can be a family member, then they've put up a wall, maybe they're not communicating. And we also have down the bottom here, this is like a little devil, and she's looking down at him. So what I feel is that we do have the chance to either stay in this difficult energy. She's focusing on him. She is focusing on him, and this is Venus. This is Aphrodite. So she's focusing on something that is difficult to move away from. She's dealing with someone that may have put up a wall, as I said, but we're almost at the end of that. Now, Aphrodite is the goddess of love, beauty, and anything that we value. For some of us, this could just mean that there's so much that we're dealing with where work is concerned. We've got a very heavy load, and we're working towards our future. We're hoping to manifest something that is very important to us. And through this journey, there is a lot of growth, a massive sense of, growth. We're becoming the elder, the wiser. For those of you that someone's put up a wall and they're not communicating, they're keeping you out or they're keeping you in the dark, let's see what else we have. In the recent past, we've got the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is either cutting something that's been very difficult out of your life, or it's the clarity, the communication that maybe hasn't been exchanged, because this is in the recent past position. Now this may have been also someone has severed ties with what they felt bound to and connected to in a very unhealthy way. So let's see in the now position. We have, there's that sword. We've got the Knight of Swords here. And we also have the Scales, which does speak of balance. Also something that is being balanced out. Whatever is not in harmony in your life, someone is cutting it away. Now, this could also be quick communication. There is a sense of, in the now position, that this Ace of Swords is something that is coming in quickly. And this, we know that this may have been also a thought or a hope for communication. In the now position, someone is coming in very quickly to articulate, to speak of what their burdens and what their difficulties are about, whatever that means for you on a personal scale. What's on your mind? We have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups we know is difficult. It's, grieving the past, but not seeing that there is something else there for you. And I do feel that we are looking at, with this card, there is a change here. As the Four of Cups are stable, they're upright, and she's holding the Ace of Cups. So what I feel with this is that someone is hoping for commitment. Someone is hoping for something that's much more stable. As the Four of Cups are there, she's already, she's secured those, and she's just past that. She's at the 5, so there is an imbalance. What she's waiting for is for something to begin again. It's as though she's secured the past, but then there was a stoppage, and I do feel that that's more of a perception. It's more about fears, that there will be no stability and no balance. Let's see what's the action and advice, and we've got the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is more communication. Wow, there's a lot of swords here, a lot of air energy. I would say more than likely it would be Aquarian, as we do have the glyph of Saturn here. What's the outcome, everyone? And we have the King of Wands. Wow. King of Wands. King of Wands is fire. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Doesn't have to be fire. But this is someone who is taking on the persona of the king who's going to take action, the king that's going to follow what he desires, what he wants to create. We know that the King of Wands and the Emperor, now the Emperor is Aries, Taurus, but many times we do say, because he's got a very fiery side, that he probably has strong fire in his chart as well. Now the King of Wands is going to take the initiative, and he's going to follow his heart. He's going to follow his desires, and he's going to create something, as he is holding that Ace of Wands. This could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Let's take the message from the divine, from Spirit. And we've got the Nine of Swords. Wow. So 2 nines, everyone. A lot of anguish, stress, worry. But it is the 9. It is the 9, and I feel that there are, because we've got a couple of 9s and we've got the Ace here, there's a lot in relation to communication, as everyone is holding a sword, right? So it's all about either severing ties with what has been narcissistic and difficult, or it's about starting to communicate, starting something new. Let's take the Devil card, but let's see what's at the bottom of the deck first. We've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the commitment. I remember saying that someone did want a commitment. Someone has got a lot of commitments. These could be family commitments, anything to do with their stability, their security, as this is a 4 and the Emperor is a 4 as well, as you could see here. Now, some of you could have 2 different people that you're dealing with. We've got the King of Wands and the Emperor here. There is an age difference between these two if this is not the same person for you. And what's interesting here again is the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands that this king is holding. This is the completion of that cycle. This is someone that is inspired to take action and start acting. Where they've put their walls up, they're now ready to communicate, as we've got a lot of cards of communication. And this could also be, severing ties with the past, having that conversation, severing ties with the past, situations that were at an imbalance for you. This could be what you're cutting away. And I do notice the crown. There is a lot of royalty here. As you can see here, we've got the crown. There's kingship. As you can see, the crown really stands out to me. As you could see here as well. And I'm going to say that on a collective scale, these could be leaders. These could be leaders. We do have the Emperor here, who is the world leader. And he is sitting at the foundation, which is, if we look at him as security, he is a number 4. He's holding a lot of weight here, a lot of weight, a lot of burdens. And we're having some sort of a change here where we know that the Emperor is someone who doesn't go for their desires. He's working on the collective. necessities, let's say. Here we've got someone who's actually doing what they desire, doing what they want, okay? And as well as that, I do see that there is more action in the King of Wands here. Now, we've got a couple of nines here. We've got the Nine of Wands. The King of Wands is holding that 10th wand. The Nine of Swords, we've got a couple of swords here, okay? So we're getting out of this energy. Let's take another card quickly on that, but I want to have a look. What's beneath that? We've got the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is all about intuition. She's the moon goddess. She's about someone having the deep knowing, and the general energy is the Four of Wands, that we're coming out of this, coming out of, I would say more than likely, this lockdown, coming out in a celebratory way. That's what I see here. And we've got the mother and the child, so this does speak of nurturing for me here. Now, on a personal level, this can speak of someone taking that next step and committing, okay? There is nudity here. There is a sense of being bare, being open, okay? And this does speak of the truth, obviously. And some of you that are hoping for a commitment, you may already have your own children. That's what I see here. Let's take a card. I said on this Nine of Swords. Let's take a card here. Now, the High Priestess is, she has a deep knowing. She's all about spirituality. She's connecting with spirit. She is also a number 2, which is about balance. Let's take a look at this Nine of Swords in the position of the divine. Oh, wow. The Devil again. This is crazy. Both cards are about fear, everyone. They really are. They're about fearing the worst. And as I said, I feel as though it's a perception. Let's have a look at that Devil. That's very important. This is a very karmic time here in this reading. The Devil twice. And I'm going to say, for those of you that are in some sort of a bond, a relationship, yes, bond, which spells bondage. You could be coming from different relationships, committed relationships or long-term relationships where you felt bound and chained, but there is an opening here. Let's take the Devil. We have the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of something that would make you very happy. The Ace of Cups is something that tickles your heart, something that flutters within your stomach. Let's take another card, and we've got it in the past position, which means there is some sort of a boundary where the beginning of love is concerned. We do have 2 aces here. Let's take the near future, and we have the 5 of Pentacles and another 5. So someone is still dealing with this fear, okay, this anguish. They're still not ready to move out of this bondage. Another 5, which says that changes are coming through, okay? And I do believe that we need to go with, you know, we need to connect to our higher self. We need to take the time out and meditate. Look at all this hardship here. Look at the people and how they're feeling. Okay, they're feeling a sense of lack, not being loved, not being connected, as they're all suffering all together as a group. We've got 3 people here. 3 people can speak of a love triangle. Now, this could speak of, yes, a feeling of lack where finances are concerned. No wonder. Let's take another card. And we have the 4 of Swords. Wow. 4 of Swords is a card of healing. Okay, 4 of Swords is also a card that says that we need to meditate, take time out, heal. And this is also that break, or that being able to heal whatever wounds you've been dealing with. And we know usually, always in this card, that those 3 of Swords above his head are speaking about a heartbreak, a disappointment. Okay, that 4th sword, which is on the floor, it hasn't been taken yet. Okay, let's take a few more cards. Let's take a few more cards. I'd like to look at, first of all, this Four of Wands, which is the general energy. So we've got three fours. Fours, as I said, they're all about our home, our stability, feeling secure. And we have two fives. Two fives. Let's take that Four of Wands. What's that all about? And we've got the Two of Cups here, everyone. And the Two of Cups is an agreement. It is two people that feel the same. Two people that want to connect. Two people that want commitment. Okay. This could be an agreement. Agreement, even where collaboration is concerned, where leaders... Can you see those cards? Sorry, just want to make sure you can see the cards here. This could also mean, yes, these two leaders, if this is what's going on here, they could be coming to some sort of an agreement. Let's take the Emperor. We have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, another ace, everyone. We've got three aces here. We had three aces a few days ago. A lot of beginnings here. I would say that this Ace of Wands is the same ace that this king is holding. Now, of course, on a personal level, this could even be a same-sex relationship. Okay, as we've got two masculine energies. This could be what some of you could be fearing sharing with your family, your loved ones. Okay, let's take the King of Wands. And we have the King of Cups here. Oh my God. A lot of masculine energy, but we know that cups are more feminine. Okay, so more receptive. We know that the King of Cups is someone that's got an open heart. We've got Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces here. And I would say that this is another side. For those of you that are dealing with two different people, I would say that the King of Cups is the same person as the King of Wands, because now they're open with their heart. They do have that passionate side, but they've also got that that side of, being offering selfless love to the point where they're ready now emotionally, ready with that cup here. We've also got the Ace of Cups here. Let's take, and we know that the King of Cups could be someone that's very intuitive, someone who's got strong intuition. This could also be another advisor to this King of Wands, if this is a collective reading. Let's look at that Nine of Wands, which is in the hidden position. And we've got another king. Wow, everyone. The King of Pentacles. This is crazy. These are leaders. We've got four leaders, but we've got the Emperor here. Three kings and an Emperor. I do know that three kings are protection in a reading. Now, four kings, I'm not sure about. We do have the three kings of protection. Now, the Emperor, which is at the root, this could be the pillars of a stability, if not a person. This could be as, a level of the energies that we're working with here. This is someone who's holding everything up. Now, the King of Pentacles is someone very stable, someone very career-orientated, as their money and their values, they work very hard to provide. This is a provider. The King of Pentacles is also someone who could be very driven by the material side of life. But this is also someone who's mourning, I would say, more than likely. They've suffered financial losses. That's what I see here with the attitude of this king. Nevertheless, this person is suffering. They're not happy. Three cards just opened up, and I'm going to take them on the next position, we have the Six of Swords, which is leaving the past in the past, leaving those pains, leaving those difficulties. We've got the Moon, and we've got the Strength card. So we've got Leo, we've got Cancer, Pisces. Now the Moon does speak of fears as well, but the Moon also speaks of we're following our intuition. Now the Moon can be that motherly connection. We know the Moon rules the 4th house. We've got Cancer and Leo here. So, of course, the Moon can also speak of deception. But it's also, we're moving towards, I would say, trusting in our hearts that we can actually manage this situation, as we know that the lioness here is something that there is trust there. There's trust. There's, you know, this beast with the female. They know that they can work together. Again, the lion does speak of royalty. Leo is a very royal sign. And I would say more than likely that there is movement here, movement towards something that we love greatly, and we're ready to put in the work, and we're ready to trust in this, in whatever we're dealing with. There is a new beginning here. There is clarity with that Ace of Swords. Now, if we've felt as though someone had deceived us, I think that we're managing to trust, to have the courage to move forward with this. And maybe even for those of you that have kept secrets from your partner or whoever you're dealing with, I think that this is the courage. You're coming forward and you're communicating things that have been quite hidden. Let's have a look at that. The the Knight of Swords in the now position. And we have the Ten of Wands. The burden comes to an end here. This truth can be quite burdensome, but it's going to relieve you of the burden. Let's have a look at that Five of Cups. We have the Five of Wands as well. Now we've got 3 fives, everyone. That's the devil energy. 1, 2, 3 fives. 3 fives are 15. We do have the devil. Okay, now this is a group effort. This has been miscommunication, not collaborating, not being on the same team. But this can also mean that people are coming together, okay, coming together to build on something much more sturdy, something much more successful. Let's have a look at that Page of Swords. What is that in the action and advice? And again, this could be the spy, okay, the student, someone who is learning to communicate. He is wearing a suit of armor, therefore he is shielding himself. He's going into battle, let's say that. Going into battle, but he's only a page. So let's take the card, and we've got the Seven of Swords. 7 of Swords, yes. So this is clearing the slate where things have been hidden. I did say just now that even though someone may have kept something from you, this is the communication of it. And this is, someone was fearing the worst, fearing bringing what they've hidden from you out to clear the slate, to clear the air. Now, the Seven of Swords could also be intelligence here. There's a lot of decisiveness here. And look at this female. She's holding the sword down, as is the page. So this is saying to me that there was these two people were lacking the will to speak, to communicate, and to cut away at the fears of the truth. And I do feel now with these cards showing up that this is the change that's coming in now. Know that whoever you're dealing with, they're very frightened, so they're protecting themselves. I still feel as though this communication, as this person is shielding himself, I do feel that there is still something that they're holding on to. There's still some fear here. Let's take the outcome. Let's take the outcome. What is the outcome, please, Spirit? We've got 2 kings here. And we have another king. Well, this is over the top. King of Swords is here. We've got all the kings here. There is a lot of royalty here. A lot of leaders. 4 leaders and the 5th, 5 again. 5 is an imbalance, everyone. It's an imbalance. It's an imbalance. But there's so much masculine energy here. Masculine energies speak about fire. It talks about action. Let's take this position here with the Devil and the 9 of Swords. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So 4 of Pentacles, yes, is someone that is holding back here. Holding back as they're still stuck in their fear. Now the 4 of Pentacles could also speak of feeling as though there is a sense of lack. But the 4 of Pentacles is also something very robotic, I'm going to say in this card. Someone here feels like a robot. They're, you know, a puppet on a string here. And I feel that that's what these restrictions are with the Devil here. Someone is feeling like a wound up doll. And it's got to do with money. It's got to do with values. But this card, if we don't look at the illustration, just think of the 4 of Pentacles, we do know that holding on to something forever or for a very long time, something that wasn't working for you, that is what's unhealthy. We need fresh energy here. And I'm very happy to see that the King of Swords, which can speak of truth, but this can also speak of severing the ties, cutting, you know, cutting that dead skin away, shedding that dead skin, taking away what's been burdensome. And this will come through conversation, through communication, and standing strong within our convictions. So we've got Ace of Cups, we've got Ace of Wands, we've got the Ace of Swords. Okay, the only thing that is missing here is the Ace of Pentacles. What I'd like to do, I'm going to take one more major arcana here with the Devil, because I want to see what other energies are playing out. And we know that the major arcana cards are very important, as it's something that is we don't have power over. Let's take another card, and we have the Star card, which is Aquarius. Capricorn, Aquarius, both ruled by Saturn. So whatever is going on with Saturn in Aquarius right now, this is saying that there's a lot of hardship, but the Star does speak of hope and healing. And we know that we're moving into the age of Aquarius, you know, on a larger scale. And we also know that the Star is also the house of Aquarius, is the house of humanitarianism. It's all about being, you know, the bringing in the newness. Aquarius is the revolutionary. It's also the house of wishes and dreams. But this is also a card of communicating with the masses, with people that are at a distance. Aquarius is the water bearer, and the water bearer is all about nurturing. Okay, as we could see, she's pouring out of those 2 jugs. So this is, the water is putting out the fire of the Devil here. Now, as the general energy stands with the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Cups here, I will say that there is hope that we will come to an agreement, whether this is on a personal level or on a collective scale. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands, look at the waters behind. There is so much going on. It's as though she's standing in a storm. And I feel that this is a lot of anger, as someone has been waiting for those ships to come through. Okay. And we know that 3 of Wands, 3s always speak of external influence. But this is also threes always bring expansion and growth as well. So I feel as though we're going to have to wait for this storm, and we've got another 3. Wait for this storm to pass. And we've got the 3 of Cups there as well, and we've also got the 3 of Pentacles. 3 is a very important number. 3 we know is the number of the Empress as well. It's interesting to see that there are no queens here. It's all masculine energies. All right, everyone, I'm going to take, for those of you that this is a love reading, okay, a love reading, which can be a little bit confusing as we've got 4 kings and an emperor. Let's see, let's take a couple of messages, and we know that these messages do not resonate for everyone. They may or may not speak to you today. Let's take the messages and see. I need time to process, to think. Please be patient with me. I'm going to say that the King of Pentacles in the hidden position, we know that he's someone stable, steady, and he's someone that can provide. So I feel as though because we had the Ace of Wands here, this King of Pentacles is almost at the end of his burdens, and he's very much in his thoughts. So I think, as I said in the beginning, this could be a perception that is holding us back from escaping whatever these burdens are. So it's all about the thought process with the 4 of Swords here as well. So I do feel that when we wake up, when we are enlightened, because this is a card of connecting, right? The 4 of Swords, and being enlightened and healing those wounds before we can actually take that sword and, you know, cut through what we need to cut through. Let's take now one more card. So again, it says, I need time to process, time to think. Please be patient with me. And we have, I want a commitment. I want to have a family with you. I need stability. Let's do this. So these could be 2 different people, of course. Could be the same person. Okay, it looks as though someone is trying to, because we've got 8, 7, and an ace equal 8. And remember that we said that we have so many aces here. But the 7 is a bit of conflict. So after that, taking time out, thinking, healing, and coming out to communicate, I think that that's what's going to be that silver lining in this reading, in these messages. All right, everyone, let's take the messages from Spirit. Let's see what that's all about today. This second card is talking about stability, and we have the 4 of Wands as the general energy, and the Emperor, which is a number 4 at the foundation, providing that stability. So let's take today's message, please, Spirit. Thank you. And we have believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all who you are, is the power of your belief. Okay, so I do feel that belief is very strong here. That's what's going to get you out of that cage, out of this vicious cycle, and out of these dark ages, I'm going to say, dark ages that we're moving through. I'm just going to, one more card here on this 4 of Pentacles, as the divine is trying to bring us into a stable place. And we've got the 8 of Cups, everyone, and the 8 of Cups is leaving. The 8 of Cups is moving on to something that's going to make us much more happy. We're leaving these dark ages behind. We are moving, and the 8 of Cups for me is a card of spiritual maturation. We're growing. We're going to start moving towards what makes us happy, what balances our life out. These are the two cups that we are looking for, and we've got the potential for stability in whatever we're dealing with. We need to believe that. I do feel as though we're coming out of these dark ages slowly and steadily. So please believe that. All right, I will let you go. Thank you so much. Talk to you tomorrow.